Alright, welcome everyone. I am going to go over breakout rooms in this video to make sure that you understand how to use them in your settings and use them in Zoom. So first things first, make sure you go to zoom.us. That's going to be where you will find all the settings for your breakout room. Go into My Account. Once you are in your account, you're going to want to go to Settings in order to make sure that breakout rooms are open. So in order to find the breakout room settings, I usually do a find on the page, and then I can find those settings. Another way you can get there is by going over here on the left hand side and clicking on In Meeting Advanced. They're under the Advanced in-meeting sections. Once you do that, go down to Breakout Room, where it says Allow host to split meeting participants into separate smaller rooms, and you want to activate that. Okay? And you can allow hosts to assign participants to breakout rooms when scheduling. That requires that students are logged in with their own Zoom accounts. So yes, you can do that, but that's something that is going to require some work on the student's behalf. Alright, so now that we have breakout rooms enabled, now we can actually go into creating those breakout rooms. So I have my Zoom right now with 3 people in it. I'm going to make that nice and big. You see the stress clown over here. And what I'm going to do is I want to move these 2 people into one single breakout room. Let's start with the simple one here. And just for the sake of going through the configuration, I'm going to assign 2 participants into one room, and I'm switching it to manually. Alright, so again, I went down here to breakout rooms and clicked on breakout rooms, and now I've got these 2 options. So it even tells me that it's going to be 2 participants per room because there's 2 people here other than me, and it's going to put those 2 people, and it's going to allow those 2 people to be in one room, but I still have to assign them because I'm doing this manually. I click on Assign, and I can click my 2 participants. You see that it assigns them to the breakout room. And if I click on Options, it allows me to do a few things. One of those is to move all participants into breakout rooms automatically. If I do that, it will not ask the users, the students, if they would like to move into the breakout room. Sometimes you might want to do that, sometimes you might not. One reason why you might not want to do that is because you want students to be able to hang out in the main room and ask you questions about whatever the group work is or however they're moving into groups. So you want to give them the option of not moving into that breakout room, then make sure that's not selected. If on the other hand you want to make sure they're in those breakout rooms, then make sure that is selected. I always keep this checked, allowing participants to return to the main session at any time. And the reason that I keep that checked is that you want students to be able to come see you in case you are not already in a breakout room. I don't see any problem with it because, as you're going to see, once you start the breakout rooms, you can see where students are, you can see where your participants are in the meeting at any time. When you select breakout rooms close automatically after a certain amount of time, and of course you can change that time, it doesn't actually automatically close it. You still have an option to not close the breakout rooms. So make sure that this notify me when the time is up is checked, and that way you will still have an option to not close the breakout rooms. And I find it really helpful to set this in order to make sure that you're sticking to the timing that you said you were going to stick to. I also have this countdown checked, so if I tell students, hey, you got 3 minutes before the breakout rooms close, with 1 minute remaining is when I actually close the rooms, and that starts that 60-second countdown. So that allows students to have a little bit of time to wrap up their conversations or whatever the work is that they're doing. Options are really important, so make sure that you're configuring those every time. If you made a mistake when you first created the breakout rooms and you need another room, you can click Add a Room. And if you want to customize this, particularly at the beginning of class, you got a little bit of time and you want to say like the most awesome group ever, and you want to call this group better than the other group, then you can rename those groups, and that's what students will see when they get assigned to those groups. If you want to change someone's assignment, you can click Move To after you hover over their name, and then you'll be given a list of all the other groups. And now we moved Clowning Around to the other group. If you say, you know what, I don't actually need 2 groups, you can hover over the group, hit Delete, and then Clowning Around is suddenly gone. Well, if we want to get that other user, Clowning Around, into this group, click on that 1. That 1 refers to the number of participants in this group, and then we can simply check all of the students that we want in that group. Once we're all set, we can say Open All Rooms. And what it lets me know on my other devices here is it says, the host is inviting you to join Breakout Room, the most awesome group ever. And so I click Join Breakout Room, and it moves me into that breakout room. And now I'm going to be all alone in my own room at this point. And something I can do from here is I can join that breakout room. So let me go ahead and join that breakout room. And it'll take a minute to pop up. Now I'm in this breakout room. And if we notice, folks can be unmuted in this breakout room. All right, folks can also share anything they want in this breakout room. You do not have to actually be a host to share something in a breakout room. All right, so this is one of the students started to share something. They don't need access, they don't need permission from the host in order to do something, in order to share something. Now, as the host, if I want to change breakout rooms, I click on this breakout room, and now I can join another breakout room if there were another one here. Click Join, I can move between breakout rooms. I can also change where students are. Again, if there's multiple breakout rooms, I can change them around. I can see if anyone leaves to go to the main room. So now I had Joe Q Public go to the main room. And at this point it shows that Joe Q Public is not joined. And it also shows that I have 17 plus minutes left. And most of the time, not quite sure why not, but it will actually say that this participant has actually gone into the main room. Again, I'm not quite sure why it hasn't, but a lot of the times you will see that this participant is back in the main room. If anyone joins your room at any time, your main Zoom room, you will also see them joining, and that helps you know that you need to go back to the main room in order to talk to them, or you need to switch their breakout room. I hope this is helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions about breakout rooms.